Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with a quick review of the brand new Anker SOLIX C1000 portable power station. In this video, I'd like to give you 5 good reasons why I think you're going to fall in love with this particular power station. And I'll start off with portability because that's probably the most important consideration when you're shopping for a portable power station, because you have to think about what you're going to use the power station for. So for example, if you're looking for a power station to take with you on a camping trip or 3 or 4 days or a couple of days on a road trip, that's a certain size power station. If instead you're looking for a power station to put in your RV or your camper where you're going to be on the road a lot, you've got a lot of things you got to keep charged and operating, that's a bigger power station. Or if you're looking for one to provide backup power at home in case you lose power through a storm or something like that, that's an even bigger power station. But if you bought that even bigger power station and took that with you on a camping trip, you'd have way too much power for 3 or 4 days in the field, and the downside is it's gigantic and it's heavy, so you're bringing it along, you've got to lug it out there to the campsite, and you're bringing it home with 50 or 60% of the power in it. You've got the wrong power station. So this unit is designed specifically for 3 or 4 days on the road if you're going camping, or if you're going to go on a long road trip and you need a little extra power to keep the kids' games and consoles charged while you're driving. It's even good for an RV if you're spending a couple of days on the road, then you can recharge it. And I use it at home as my backup power source, so if we lose power because a wire got knocked down in a storm, it provides plenty of power to keep some of the lights on and charge all of my portable gear. So I think it's the perfect balance of power and portability for most applications. So let me talk about what it delivers. So the unit itself weighs 26.5 pounds, which makes it incredibly portable. It's got 2 handles on the top of it. It's got a unibody frame inside of it, so it's incredibly durable. It provides 1,056 watt hours of internal energy, which can deliver 1,800 watts of external charging and operating capabilities that can surge to 2,400 watts. Now that's important because 1,800 watts is a lot of power, but if you're using something like a drill or a blender, or you've got a cooler with a compressor inside of it, those type of appliances, when you plug them in, will draw a little bit more power when they first turn on, and if you don't have that surge ability inside the unit, you're going to pop a breaker. So with this one, you can plug a drill into it, and if you're drilling into a board and you hit a hard spot and it draws a little bit more current, you're going to be just fine. The best part is you can plug a lot of things into the unit, and I'll get into that in a minute. All right, so let's talk about the battery technology, because that's really important as well, because all the portable power stations on the market use different chemistry in their batteries. Now, the standard is lithium polymer, which is an older technology. A lot of the power stations in the market still use that. The challenge with lithium polymer technology is it doesn't really hold a charge long. So if you charge it on a Monday, by Thursday it might have given up 10 or 15% of its charge. You can't recharge it a lot of times. It's limited to maybe 300 to 500 recharge cycles. But the biggest problem with lithium polymer technology is it's not tolerant of temperature changes. So if you take it out in hot weather, it's not going to work real well. If you take it out in cold weather, again, it's not going to work real well. This uses the very latest battery chemistry. It's lithium iron phosphate, which solves all those problems. So you can charge these batteries over 3,000 times. Now think about that. If I did it once a day, that's almost 10 years of use, and you know you're not going to charge it every day. So you've got a product here with the most important component, the batteries, able to last almost 10 years or over 10 years, depending on how you charge it. The other thing that's interesting is that Anker gives you a lot of different ways to charge those batteries. Some of the other portable power stations limit you to an AC charging or a DC charging, or if you get it, it doesn't have the cables you need. So this unit, you can charge it at home using an AC cord, and you'll also notice, and this is another innovation, there is no external charging brick. Just like on your laptop, you've got that big brick between the wall and your laptop. Well, most portable power stations in the market have an even bigger brick, and that brick converts the AC in your home to DC to charge the other portable power stations, and those bricks are wildly inefficient, so you're wasting energy, but more importantly, they can't deliver a lot of power to those other portable power stations, so it could take hours to charge a station this size with other vendors. This is a single AC cable. You plug it directly into the unit, because what Anker's done, they've built that conversion technology into the unit itself, which makes it much more efficient, but more importantly, it makes it fast. So you can fully charge this unit in less than 58 minutes. Now think about that. If you've got somebody else's portable power station and it takes 2, 3, 4 hours to charge it, you've got to wait to get out the door to go on vacation. With this one, plug it in, go get a cup of coffee. By the time you come back, it's fully charged. You can get out the door and start enjoying your vacation. So I love the fact that the AC is incredibly efficient. They also include a DC charging cable, so you can plug this into your car, plug this into the DC port in the back, and you can charge the unit. That's really handy if you're traveling between locations. Maybe you're camping here, you get in the car, you're driving to another camping site, top off your batteries inside the unit by plugging it into your car. My favorite way to charge it is with a solar panel. So that same charging technology that makes it fast from home will speed up the charging from a solar panel. So you can use up to a 600-watt portable solar panel. And again, that's my favorite way to charge it because you set up the solar panel in the sunlight, you're drinking in the sunlight, solar panels converting that to electrons, those are trickling into the unit and fully charging your batteries. And if you're using a 600-watt solar panel, you can charge the unit in less than 2 hours, which is incredible as well. Most other units, if you get a 30% charge in a full day in the sun, you're lucky. With this one, a little under 2 hours, you can fully charge the unit. So you've got a lot of different ways to charge it, and you've got the best lithium iron phosphate batteries inside the unit. Now, another point that's different with this is the safety built into it, because that charging circuit is called a battery management system, and that takes charge, no pun intended, that takes charge of how the current is being delivered to the batteries, either DC or AC, and it's balancing that over the batteries that are inside the unit. And that's super important because if you don't do a good job of balancing out that charge across the batteries, you can damage some of the batteries, and over time you won't get a full charge. So extremely advanced battery management system inside here. In addition to that, that battery management system is looking for things like over voltage, over current, over temperature, short circuits, all the things that would damage the product. And if it sees any of those, it's going to spring into action and protect those internal batteries. One last thing I want to mention is there's a custom connector right here on the side of the unit. So I'd mentioned it's 1,056 internal watt hours of internal capacity. You can actually add an external battery to this to double it to 2112 watt hours of internal capacity just by plugging in an external battery. So if you need it in your RV, you can add that second battery and have an incredibly powerful unit to take with you on those RV trips. So they've thought of that as well. Then the next thing I want to talk about is the actual delivery of that charge, because we already know we've got the best battery technology. We can charge it 3 different ways. It's incredibly quick and efficient to charge. But now that I've got those charged batteries, how do I use that energy to charge and operate external devices? And this is where it really shines. So this unit will provide AC output, just like in your home, DC output, just like in your car, and USB outlet, just like you're using with all the chargers in your home today. So let's start off with the AC portion of it. You can see there are 6 outlets on the bottom there. All of those are 3-port outlets, which means you can use a standard 3-prong cord, plug it into any of those outlets, and you can draw up to 1,800 watts of steady-state AC current out of there. That can surge to 2,400 watts. So you can plug a lot of different things in, your laptop, your blender. I don't know what you're taking on your camping trip, but chargers for other things you can plug in there, and it's going to work just great. Another key difference is the AC on this is a pure sine wave. A lot of other portable power stations use a modified sine wave, which works okay for most things like chargers. It doesn't work real well with modern electronics, so you want to make sure pure sine wave is something you're searching for in the AC portion of it. So that's the AC. With the DC, you've got a full-size DC port right over here, just like in your car. So you can basically plug anything in there that you'd plug into your car. That'll deliver 12 volts at up to 10 amps. So that's a lot of current coming from a DC outlet, and it just makes it really easy. If you've got a car charger or something else you're plugging into your car, plug it in right there and you're good to go. Now the final part is the USB-C charge, or I should say USB charging on the front. And there's 2 flavors of USB. The old style, which is the larger connector that we've been using forever, which is called USB-A. You'll find on this unit, you've got 2 USB-A connections right on there. Both of those USB-A connections are smart ports, and they'll deliver 5 volts at up to 2.4 amps each. So you're going to get a lot of current out of there. Anything you're plugging in at home today, plug them into those 2 ports, and it's going to work just fine. The real key here is you've got 2 USB-C ports as well, and that's the newer standard. That's the smaller connector used on most modern electronics, like the newer phones that are out, the game consoles, your tablets. You've got 2 of them on there. Both of those are, again, smart ports that are PD or power delivery capable. So if you plug in a phone that's power delivery compatible, the port will recognize that phone, it'll interrogate whatever the device is, figure out its current charge level, and each of those ports individually can adjust the voltage and current to quickly and safely charge that device. So they're smart ports that'll quickly charge those devices, and you have 2 of them there. One of them will deliver 100 watts of power, the other one delivers 30 watts of power. Now, and that's important because the 100 watts of power is what you're going to need to charge your laptop, some of the bigger tablets. If you're flying drones, you got drone batteries, 100 watts will charge those pretty well. They also include a courtesy LED up top here, which is nice, with 3 different levels. And I didn't think I would use that much, but I find that when I take this out on a camping trip or out in the backyard working, it's really nice to have a light there that I can turn on to see what I'm doing if I need to. It's also an SOS beacon, so if you're out on the side of the road and heaven forbid your car breaks down, put it in SOS mode, set this thing down on the side of the road to let other drivers know that you're pulled over so you don't have an accident. So all those things together make this an incredibly sophisticated unit. And Anker's a company that's been in the business for a lot of years. They've designed a ton of products, and this is one of their latest portable power stations, the SOLIX C1000. And for me, that probably fits 80% of the things that I want to do with portable power out in the field. And I have other units at home, I have other units in the camper, but for me, this is the one that I reach for more often than not because it's small enough, it's portable enough, and again, it's the perfect balance of portability and power to solve probably 80% of the needs I have in the field for portable power. And that's all I really had for today. So hopefully you found this review helpful. I like this unit an awful lot, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like it as well. So thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, as always, stay nerdy